Hey guys, welcome to Dina Matrano Fit. I hope everyone's having a great day. Now remember, these 15-minute fit stretch workouts are great to do after you've done like one of the other fit workouts. Okay, with that said, if you just want to kind of get a good stretch in, that's totally fine. This is 15 minutes. Just make sure your body's warm. Okay, you wouldn't want to just jump into the stretching because you'd end up pulling a muscle. All right, so 15 minutes. Let's just start off right here. Toe heel those feet in just a bit. Back comes down flat and roll up halfway. Nice. So just kind of find that little C curve right here. Inhale for a flat back, find length. Exhale, round to that C curve. We're going to take that one more time, flat back down, and then halfway hold. Very nice. Ready for that flat back coming down? Come up all the way with that roll. Bring those shoulders with you. Yeah, just kind of open up. All right. Inhale those arms up to the sky, nice and big. Step together, squeeze your bum nice and tight to support your back. Take it over to one side. So we're pressing into that opposite foot as those arms reach over. Come on up center, squeeze your bum. Take it back over. Doesn't it feel nice to the side? I just got through doing fit mat, so this feels fabulous. Take this up. We're gonna open up those legs just a bit. Knuckles are coming to the wall in front of you. Go ahead and round out your back. So again, we're just kind of getting that stretch through your back. Relax your chin to your chest. Stay here for a few breaths. And then go ahead and just scoop those arms behind. Open up your chest. Yeah. Chin forward, of course. Now, every time we open up our chest, we always welcome in those positive vibes. All right? So we're going to get those legs a little wider. Hands to our thighs and just peel down, flat back. For those of you that are a little tight, take your right hand to your thigh and your left arm to the sky. What we're looking for is rotation from that waist to kind of get that nice spinal twist. If you can reach your calf, great. If you can reach your foot, great. Just remember, we stretch to the point of discomfort, not pain. Now, I also want you to keep in mind we're not collapsing into that hand. We're trying to reach, okay? So it's all about length as we stretch. So as you notice, I can play the piano with those fingertips. Reach, reach. Try to really press that shoulder blade against the wall behind you and come on down. Doesn't that feel good? Take it to the other side, hand to your thigh. You're bringing that arm up, all right? More flexibility, just like the other side, without forcing a shove in, all right? And notice you can play the piano with those bottom fingers. Really feel that twist like you're wringing out your waist. That should feel really nice. So a little spinal twist in there. Awesome job. Let's take this down. We're gonna come right over our front foot. So first, just make sure you're like on a railroad track. So when we step back, we're not on the balance beam. Go ahead and relax that back knee and relax your back foot. We wanna make sure our knee is over our heel, and we're gonna inhale those arms up nice and big. All right, let me put my arms here just so I can see you a little bit. So the idea is to kind of just let those hips melt forward, all right, and you're reaching for the sky. Inhale, shoulders high, and then just relax them down. Don't so much like push them down so it's unnatural, but just kind of like get rid of all that stress. We have enough stress. We don't need to put any more stress into it. Take a deep breath in. Now, if it's okay on your back, you can add a baby back bend, but just make sure, watch my front knee, make sure that knee is not coming with you. Okay, so that knee is planted right over that heel. Reach, and that feels so, so good. Come on down. Let's just bring our thumbs, line them up, so you have an imaginary line and your heels between that line. Curl those back toes under, and you're gonna come into a little bronze lunge. Now what I want you to do is really flex your quad, so think of pulling that kneecap into your hip joint and drive that heel back. Yeah, and again, playing the piano. All right, we don't want white knuckles. Imaginary line between that thumb. Awesome. We're gonna take this down. Bring that knee just a little closer toward you, so it's not directly underneath your hip, but is closer. Take that same arm, so you're gonna feel this more through your hip flexor as well. So just reach into the sky, think of driving your knee down, think of pushing all four corners of your front foot down, that knee is right over your ankle, and reach. Drive that knee down, reach yourself up. You feel that? That's good, all you runs and cyclists. Take a nice deep breath in. On your exhale, release. Let's just come back to all fours. Step your other foot forward. We're gonna come into that long lunge, Relax your knee, relax your foot. Very nice. All right, you're able to play the piano. Yeah. So you can always stay here. You can always take it up. You can always bring those arms with you. Just make sure that knee stays over your ankle. And if you have it in your back, please don't force anything. Right when we stretch, it's to the point of discomfort, not pain. Okay? So if you have that baby bend, take it. And just focus on that breath. Inhaling through your nose. Exhaling through your mouth. Doesn't that feel fab? So again, my runners and cyclists, those hip flexes, those hips get super tight. Come on down. We get that imaginary line between our thumbs. Curl those back toes under. Get into that runner's lunge nice and low. We can play the piano. So no white knuckles. Push that knee to the sky. So you're quad flexed. I know. What type of stretch is that, right? But what we're trying to do by getting that front leg strong is get a little more opening into that hip. And you can try to melt that heel back just a bit. That's all good. Focusing on that breath, no white knuckles, take it down, slide that knee just a little closer, not directly underneath your hip, but just enough, okay? You can keep your toes curled under. I find that that gives us a little more balance. Take that other arm up, so same leg, same arm, and we're stretching. Push that back knee down and reach those back fingertips up. Doesn't it feel awesome? Right into that hip flexor, going right down into that quad. So did you know, FYI, you know I'm full of information all the time. Sometimes useless, but this is actually helpful. So by getting this stretch here and through that hip flexor and quad, right, it's gonna kind of like get rid of a lot of that hip pain or tightness that you might have. I can't look at you all fall over. So again, cyclists, we're bent over all the time. Runners, a lot of quad work, right? So this is just really nice to get into those hips. You can take this on down. We're gonna bring it to all fours. Very nice. Now from all fours, I just kind of want you to think of like straddling the mat. I'm gonna face you this way because I want you to make sure your heels are lined up with the inside of your knees. All right, so from here, just take it down as far as you can. Like if that's wicked tight right now in your hips, then just stay up. If you can take it down, great. Make sure those knees are lined up with your hips. If you're on a carpet or a hardwood floor, your legs are probably gonna slide out a little more, so just be careful, okay? Relax your head and neck. Now we're just kind of opening up those hips, opening up those inner thighs. Soften, soften. All right, a few more breaths. Awesome. Go ahead and toe heel this in. We're gonna take a seat. I'll face this to the side first, okay? So get those legs nice and long. We're going for our hamstrings, and guess what? In order to stretch our hamstrings, we can't bend our knees. So if you're super tight, then this is your stretch, okay? So just kind of, I don't want to flat back like that. Just kind of soften a little bit, okay? What we're not doing is that, all right? But you are just trying to slide your hands down your legs. Once, and remember, don't make me keep repeating this. Once your knees bend, you're not getting a stretch in your hamstrings, okay? Try to keep them as close as you can and as straight as you can. So again, this is cool, all right? If you have the flexibility, go for it. We don't shove, we don't overstretch, we don't stretch for pain. We stretch to that point of being uncomfortable. Go ahead, just relax your forehead and your shins. And just take that breath into your lower back. You can actually feel it expand on that inhale. And just exhale away. We're going to stay here a few more times. Now you might even notice you should get a little more flexibility out of that. From all those exhales, right? Exhale to give us a little more flexibility. I think I could stay here all day. It feels so good. You need to keep patient with these stretches. Flexibility is a fitness component, just like our strength and our cardio. So you got to work at it, okay? So I'm going to face you this way for this one. You're going to take your leg across, sit up nice and tall. All right, take that arm right around that leg. Now look, we're not slouching. Sit up tall onto your sit bones. All right, the idea is to ring up your waist and think of pulling that knee across your body. And where you're feeling it, through your hip and glutes, right? Again, great stretch for cyclists and runners. And sit up tall, right? Own who you are, always tall and proud. Right here, keeping that bottom leg as straight as you can. And you'll notice on your flexibility with those exhales, you might get that knee crossed over a little more, sit up a little taller. Think of bringing that shoulder blade to the back wall. Sit up taller. So again, breathing, exhaling is going to get us into those stretches a little deeper. And if it's okay on your head and neck, you can go ahead and try to look over that shoulder. But I want you to think of twisting from your waist, from your ribs, from your chest, then your shoulders, and then your neck, head, and eyes. Sit up nice and tall. Nice. Release this. Isn't that great? Shake it out. All right, other side, you guys ready? Bring it over. Sit tall. Is this tall? No. Okay. So nice and tall on those sit bones. Cup of coffee on top of your head. Crown of your head to your tailbone, one straight line. All right, give that a nice hug. Sit up nice and tall. Yeah. So just not even twisting. That feels like really uncomfortable. I know, I totally get it. All right, but let's sit up a little taller. And I know one leg's gonna be more flexible than the other. That's totally natural. Start to twist. Where do we start? We start with our waist, right? We're not just gonna do this and call it a stretch, okay? So sit up tall, gently hugging your knee close to your body, over to the other side of the room, and start to just rotate with your waist. Now rotate with your ribs. Feel the difference? Now open up with your chest and your back, your shoulders. If it's okay in your neck and head and throat, go ahead and take it up and over. Push that cup of coffee up to the ceiling. Keep pulling that leg to the opposite side. Keep pulling it over toward that shoulder. Focusing on that breath. Oh, I know my legs get super tight. I love my fit ride. I love to ride. So my hips just take a beating. Because we're in that sagittal plane motion, right? We're only like moving like a train, like a locomotion. Can you sit up a little taller? Just try it. Don't force it. And maybe get a little deeper twist from that waist. Awesome. And let's take this down. Great job, you guys. We're gonna come over onto one hip. So I like doing our quad stretches like this, just because it eliminates the balance, basically. Get your elbow underneath your shoulder. You can keep that bottom leg in front. You're gonna, wherever your shoelaces would be, okay, that's where you're gonna hold on to. Look at, that leg's not up here and it's not down here. It's completely lined up with your hip, and you are ever so gently pulling, none of this, pulling your heel to your bum. Feel your quad? You wanna make it longer? We know that we can't make muscles longer, right? They're attached to your bones, but we can try to improve posture, and we can find length. So just think of driving that knee over to that wall. Sit up nice and tall. At the same time, you're pulling your heel to your bum. That feels good. Those quads get wicked tight. Oh, can we just talk? Can we just talk? That feels good. Keep breathing. Maybe try to open up that chest and shoulder just a bit. Did you get a little deeper maybe? Yes, yes. On your next breath, gently release out. Come on over to the other side. So again, we're on our hip. Our elbow is underneath our shoulder. Our inner thigh is parallel to the floor. What are we not doing? This and this and whatever. All right, so keep that knee lined up with your hip. Get your heel to your bum. Open up. No sinking. Yeah. All right, now take that knee. Think of lengthening your quad by pressing that knee to that wall it's facing. Yeah, okay. So we just get a little more active into it, that's all. We're not like creating this big long leg. Wouldn't that be great? We could all grow like 8 inches after class. All right, so keep pulling that heel to your bum. A little deeper stretch. And again, discomfort, not pain. We don't want to overdo anything. And we're gonna hold a few more breaths. And then your next one. Great, beautiful. Let's take this up and get into those shoulders. You can go ahead and cross your legs. If you're tight, keep one out. You can bring one foot on top. Whatever leg is on top, take that arm across you. If it's okay on your neck, look over. Your breaths are inhaling through your nose. And you're exhaling like with your lips gently pressed together. So we keep the heat in our body. Let's inhale, both arms open. Lift that chest and take it to the other side. Go ahead and cross that other leg. Bring that arm across. Make sure you're really pressing through those sit bones to get up nice and tall. So this is a fabulous workout to do. And yes, I'm calling it a stretcher workout. It sounds kind of awkward, but what did I just tell you guys? It's a fitness component, okay? We work to get strong. Go ahead and just make your legs comfortable. Right here, not at your fingertips. Right here, keep that arm out in front. Just get a nice stretch in through that bicep. All right, so if you're gonna work on getting stronger, if you're gonna work on your bike or run to work your heart health and getting your cardio in, working your endurance, those are two fitness components, but you need to work on your flexibility as well. I'm gonna give you an example real quick after these two stretches. So I want you to hold this stretch. Please don't force that elbow back, and just make sure it's in a natural alignment, just getting that stretch through your triceps. Actually, I'll stay here with you and then I'll show you why. This way, you guys have to stay. It's been 15 minutes. You hit your muscle groups, you got a great stretch. You can hold that for a few more breaths, and I'm gonna show you why it's so important for our flexibility. All right, we do so much workouts, especially what do we do? Deadlifts, okay? So if you're super tight, your deadlifts are gonna look like this, which is fine, but if you wanted to get into a stiff leg deadlift, you would need the flexibility in the back of your legs. Okay, the other thing, when we go into our lunges, I'm gonna start at an end position, all right? Ears, shoulders, hips, coming up and down. So if you're super tight in that hip flexor, you're ripping yourself off by only coming to here, right? Because you can't get all the way up to really squeeze and through your bum, okay? So that's another example. Another example is your side lunge. If your inner thighs are super tight, this is pretty much what your side lunge is gonna look like. When you have the flexibility, this side's working, all right? So you work on that flexibility. Cool, got it? I think you guys did awesome. I know you guys did awesome. All right, so this is our 15-minute fit workout. When we do our half hour, when it's like the 30 minutes, like you'll fall asleep because the music is much softer and like we just melt on the floor. Okay, I hope you guys have a great day. Remember me on social media, Dina Metrano Fit, Facebook, Instagram, my website, dinametranofit.com. And thank you for showing up and subscribing to my YouTube channel, Dina Metrano Fit. Please invite your friends. I would love to grow this fit community, okay? Workouts are free, so like no excuse there, okay? And just show up, that's the hardest part. But look how good you feel, right? We feel happy now. Awesome, yay you. All right, I'll see you soon. Bye, you guys.